Fikile Mbalula uthi Minister Gwarube will be fired. Whether she likes that or she doesn't like that, she must know. If she doesn't comply, definitely she's going to get fired. The DA then takes the very same bill and then sold us the idea that we are in charge. Gwarube had something to say. In her speech, you can tell that she's basically saying, I am in charge here. Minister Gwarube. Fikile Mbalula, I'm going to give you a full video where she explains everything about this whole thing. But I'm going to first need to give you a short video where she summed it up to say, if she dare decide not to act accordingly, she's getting fired. She's like, Fikile Mbalula was like, we hope it doesn't get there. And I don't think it's going to get there. And I'm going to tell you why I don't think it's going to get there. I don't think it's going to get there because the DA really wants to be part and parcel of the government. They really want to be part and parcel of government. They really want to make sure. Fikile Mbalula had this to say.
Minister, yes, it's a DA minister leading, but in a government of national unity. So ministers do as government prescribe. If you don't implement an act, you will be dismissed by the president. And it doesn't, ministers behave the same. So you are not, when you are in cabinet, you are serving at the behest of the president. So I don't think we'll get to that particular situation. I think we'll move ahead and this will be done. Of course, there's been distortions in the media about the fact that this bill will not be implemented in its entirety. No, there's no such. There's no such. Fake news is trafficking. It's been trafficked all over social media platforms.
Okay, now let's move. I'm going to give you two videos from Gwarube, one from Fikile Mbalula, one more from Fikile Mbalula. Minister Gwarube, in her response, she says, I am in charge here. You will notice that in another video where I spoke about the DA, even when they speak, they are saying, we, the DA, we are championing the change. But 2 minutes ago, they were aggressively against the Bella Bill. Now, they are the ones who are championing the change. Flip-floppers. But nobody's going to hold them accountable for being a flip-flopper. If you don't know that video, the video where I also spoke about Ndlonzi, DA is there saying that, yeah, we are the ones who are championing change, blah, 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 blah. We are the ones who are bringing change, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, which change? Which change are you referring to when you were against the Bella Bill yourself? Now that you suddenly realize that you don't have a chance, you cannot act outside of this Bella Bill because they will ask you to exit and EFF and MK Party will join. Now you want to make it about you. We know you didn't want the Bella Bill. We know. But you were outsmarted politically. Now, the DA this, you will hear the tone of Minister Gwarube. I am in charge here. So I'm going to play with that video of Minister Gwarube, but before we get into Minister Gwarube, we need to start here. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the Super Thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more. And also, guys, want to buy more equipment. So, the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed.
It is important to note that the timelines for implementing these will be set by me, and I will move with pace. However, it must also be noted that these do take time. It is important because this is an important part of any legislation, and so the Bella Act will be no different. I want to make it clear that this act will be implemented, and its implementation will be led by me. The implementation will be done in a manner that protects the rights of all our children and all our schools from any form of victimization at all times. Pursuant to this, I have already instructed my team to immediately develop guidelines that will be sent to public schools and provincial education departments by the end of January 2025. These guidelines will support school governing bodies, provincial education departments in implementing certain sections of the Bella Act. This is important for harmony and clarity in the sector. Furthermore, I have instructed the Department of Basic Education and the Director General to continue with pace the process of developing draft regulations, norms and standards, and policy that will inform the implementation of this Act. I want these to be published for public comment within the next 6 months, taking us to June 2025. Public participation is an important step in the lawmaking process. It gives South Africans an opportunity to make their voices heard and ensuring that they make inputs in the implementation of this Act. And so once these regulations have been published, the public participation process will thus then begin. Much has been said about this piece of legislation, and at times it has regrettably been used as a political football. I now want to make it clear that the time for that is now over. I will not tolerate any weaponizing of this legislation for political means. The future of this country and our learners depends on us being able to do our work.
Okay, so now let's proceed. Let's proceed. So, Minister Gwarube, I am in charge. What do you make about the tone? The fact that the first thing they want to tell us is who's in charge. The DA on the other news, on the other video, were telling us about how much they are championing changes. Did you see that? And then Gwarube says, I'm in charge. This is my department. In other words, the president has no power here. I am the minister here. What do you make about that attitude, that tone? What does it tell you? I will tell you what I think. I think the DA wanted to sell the narrative that even in defeat, we are still in charge. But for me, the bottom line is you were defeated. The ANC defeated you through this Bella Bill thing. You thought you had it covered. Maybe up until Julius Malema on the 16th of December said that you exit, we join. Then that's when you realize, you know what? We don't have a choice but to agree to the Bella Bill. Maybe up until then you thought maybe these people are no longer interested to join the GNU. But when you heard them saying that, you thought of it and you're like, MK Party is still available. The ANC, the EFF are saying also they are available. We don't have a choice here, but we don't have a choice but to bow to the pressure. Because if we don't, we exit, they come in, and they will do exactly what we don't want them to do. That is, when they're in power, what if they change the constitution? Because they said that they want to change the constitution. What if they convince the ANC to change the constitution? Because till now we wanted to defend the constitution. So we can't afford to leave. And now they want to make it like, no, actually, it's us. Us what? You were very much clear. You were out there on the public. You were clear on the matter that you don't want the Bella Bill. Don't make it about you. Fikile Mbalula speaking about it in a broader video. This is what he said.
The act has come to full cycle in terms of the law. We did that in the spirit of the GNU to engage with partners, and we're part and parcel of that. And henceforth, we want to thank everybody who took part in that particular process. It is not a compromise to say the minister must determine the norms and standards for language policy. South Africa's Schools Act of 1996 provides for this. It is a standard practice. So it's not something that cannot be done. So if the minister does not implement the decisions of government, in government, which have come full cycle in terms of the law, there will be consequences for that. And we don't think that we will get to that stage. At this present moment, all political parties in the clearinghouse have engaged and found each other, and the president have actually announced in this regard. So I think we need to make that particular point very clear. The people who have understood the terrain of the government of national unity as something else, we have always understood it in the ANC as a tactical intervention and not as a melting pot. We have understood that we are engaged in a process as a country with arch rivals, and so to say, with people that we don't agree with politically and ideologically. And it's not only the Bella Act, there will be other issues that we don't agree to. And we have actually said that those who occupy positions in the GNU will want to occupy those positions to demonstrate that they can do better. The ANC, with the largest, as the largest party in the GNU, has got the responsibility to demonstrate to South Africans that we can do things and work for communities and deliver for communities. And that is what is really important for us. So the Bella Act, there's been no doubt that our president is directed, and at the same time is a person with a vision of understanding what it means to work for unity in our country. So anyone who wishes to claim easy victories outside the proper understanding of where the ANC is going, it's just populism. Simple. There's not been any doubt about the terrain in our movement and the organization. So there are people who want to become superheroes, who become super revolutionaries. We allow them the space because the ANC ngugalele bhayini. But we have never been in doubt about this leadership and where it is taking us to, because it draws direction from the collective wisdom of our movement. The DA is doing.
Okay, let's proceed. You know, there's something that is said, that was said by Gwarube that makes me feel like, wait a minute. Have you noticed that when DA does things, often they are supported by the so-called non-profit organizations who will join them in legal matters. Of lately, the one of Dr. Hlophe, right? They joined hands in that fight, right? Even if they don't join hands in many of the fights, but these parties, you can tell that they are very close to the DA. Then Minister Gwarube speaks about legal challenges that this law might be, or there could be a situation where it is legally challenged. And that makes me go like, the DA might have found another strategy here. They might have agreed to all this politically, knowing exactly that we've got these organizations that are still going to fight the battle for us in courts. We will fold our arms and allow them to fight these things in court. I'm just saying, I'm a man born and subject to correction. But listen to Minister Gwarube speaking about legal challenges that might come. And I'm like, huh? Listen to her here.
On the issue around legal challenges, look, the process is as follows. The president assents to the bill and he commences it. And I countersign that as a minister in the government. And so if there are organizations that seek to take this on review and bring it before a court of law, we will then as a government have to defend the position. And so we are ready to receive any legal challenges. And I think it's also just important to say that if this matter is taken to court, that perhaps instead of it being the subject to political contestation, that perhaps the court is not a bad place for the determination of whether or not this law and this act meets legal muster. And so I do not discourage organizations from exercising their right to being able to access the courts. But as I've indicated, that will be done on the basis of a legal challenge against the government.
Okay, as we proceed. So that's my challenge is, I don't trust the A. No, I don't. I don't trust the A. So if, for instance, they are talking about legal challenges, I don't foresee, I'll be honest with you, I do not foresee most of black organizations taking the Bella Bill to court. I do not foresee that. But if there are people that can take the Bella Bill and challenge it to court, it could be people who are either friends with AfriForum or friends with the A, allegedly. But I do not foresee that. Why? Because at this particular juncture, even when the Bella Bill was brought, it never receives opposition, publicly so, from organizations that most of the time will stand with black people. It never receives opposition from that. Not unless when Cyril Ramaphosa speak about organizations that submitted their form or their arguments for and against, and out of those organizations, there were those organizations that probably are black, pro-black, but they were against the Bella Bill. We don't know, or because it's not a public information yet. But what is public is that the DA had disagreed with the Bella Bill. So I have therefore a reason to believe that, because at a public level, there was never an organization, non-profit organization or whatever, that disagreed with the Bella Bill on a public platform. I know not one. I'm a man born under sin. Probably I might have missed one, but I know not one at this particular juncture. But I do know a political party that represent a specific type of people who might challenge this in court. I don't know. I'm a man. Because why I'm saying this, the ANC had to clarify this to say, listen, Afrikaners is not going to die because of a Bella Bill Act. This then tells you that Afrikaner speaking people Some of them believes that the Bella Bill is there to finish their language. Do you get it? So because of that, it tells me at this particular juncture that people that feel threatened by the Bella Bill are this type of people. So I will not be shocked then to see these organizations coming in to fight the Bella Bill in court. Because it's always the case. The DA lose in parliament, they go to court. It's always the case. It's always happened that way. We know that our courts are busy dealing with political matters. Matters that ordinarily are supposed to be dealt with in parliament and end there, but we know for a fact that our courts are busy dealing with issues that has nothing to do with the courts, but everything to do with politics. With that being said, who do you think is most likely to challenge this? Between two groups, white and black. Mina, guys, I've never heard, I've never seen, I've never read of a black organization that disagree with the Bella Bill. Never, none of them. Even organizations that I thought that were going to respond to this, they were going to be against this. In fact, I saw them celebrating the Bella Bill Act. Pro-black organizations. So, what's your thought? I think we need to think deeper upon this. It's not something that we can just, overlook. We need to think deeper upon this and say, could it be that these people, the so-called clearing room and all that, could it be that these people agreed to all of that, knowing that, let's find a different strategy to fight this Bella Bill. We are going to agree here, but the organizations are going to take it to court and we're going to fold our arms. Could it be that is going to be a new strategy that they are going to deploy? Maybe I need to ask you this question. Also, it is important for me to ask you this question. Are you happy with the Bella Bill? When? Are you happy with the Bella Bill? Do you see anything wrong with the Bella Bill? When? Personal, at your personal capacity. Do you see anything wrong with the Bella Bill? If you do, I'm interested to know what is that. Obviously, you need to voice it in the comment section below. And let me entertain your thinking in the comment section below. Definitely, I will see you guys on the next episode. But until the next episode, good people, please take care.